the dead bug exercise. To perform this exercise, we're going to lay flat on our back and we're going to raise our legs and arms in the air. We can look to have the arms straight up in the air, or to make it a little bit easier, we have a 90-degree bend in the knee and have the toes pulled towards our shin. From there, we're going to brace our core, make sure our lower back stays tight to the ground. We want to avoid any arching of the back through this movement. Two variations we can use. One is legs only, so we're alternating leg lowers, so we're extending the leg straight out in front of us to the point where our foot is about an inch off the floor and bringing it back up. And the other is using our arm and leg, so we would alternate between the sides using our arms and legs and make sure that they are the opposite arm and legs. Absolutely wonderful. The dead bug exercise. To perform this exercise, we're going to lay ourselves down on the ground, making sure our back is flat to the floor. We're going to bring our knees up so our thighs are vertical, and we've got a 90-degree bend in the knee and ankle. We're going to place the arms straight up in the air. I prefer to ask people to have their palms facing each other. We're then going to brace the core, keeping that lower back nice and stable. Variation 1 of the dead bug is to lower the legs only. To do that, we'd extend one leg and lower it towards the floor, as far as we can get it without the back lifting off the ground, or until the point where the heel is about an inch off the floor. We then bring that leg back up to the top position and repeat the movement with the opposite leg. We want to avoid a cycling type of action. The next progression is using the arms and the legs. So as we lower one leg, we also lower the opposite arm, and then we draw both back in at the same time, and finally we repeat on the other arm and the other leg. So what that looks like, variation 1, down on the ground, my back is flat, bring my legs up, thighs vertical, knees bent to 90 degrees, feet 90 degrees, arms up, I have my palms in, core braced, and then I lower my leg, and back on. On the leg, and back on. That is variation 1. Variation 2 is arms and leg. Up we go, core braced, arms up, down, and up. And finally, to make this even more difficult, if you're finding that easy, focus on your breathing being your timing. So as you extend your leg and arm out, breathe out as fully as possible, and breathe in as you bring your arm and leg back in. Repeat on the other side. So use your breathing pattern. So what that looks like, if we listen carefully to my breathing, up, everything's the same, set up, big deep breath in, like so. And that's how we perform the dead bug exercise.